Hello Internet, Avatar7717, also known as Austin Smith here, to bring you a review of this value pen, the Pilot Metropolitan. Pretty cheap pen. This is the medium and fine versions, which I don't think there are any other nib grades for this particular pen, but these are the ones that are available in the US. You might notice that otherwise they look identical, because I like plain black. Now I'm going to get these out of the way real quick and show you the boxes. This is the old Metropolitan box. It says Pilot on the front, and it's got some black cardboard, and it's out of focus. I know it's in focus. And the cardboard sleeve comes off, and you have this semi-leather case that is magnetized. Ooh ah, and you open it up, and there is a rather thick Ziploc bag with a black cartridge in it. And then you can pull this out and reveal absolutely nothing. I believe that there were instructions somewhere, but I do not have them, at least with this pen anymore. I probably have them somewhere, but they're not in this box. There's also some information on the back there, black, plain, medium, etc. Here's the new Metropolitan box. This is the one the fine comes in, as far as I know. I don't know if they changed boxes so that the medium also comes in this box, or what. So you open it up, it has the same information on the back. So this one says fine. And you open it up, and you open it up the wrong way. Make sure to do that. And you have a little foam insert, and your pen just fits in there. This one also comes with a little cartridge. The little cartridge is stuck in there by some sticky stuff that is right there, so that it doesn't roll around. This one has the converter in it because I happen to have used the cartridge in the pen. And you take this foam thingy-ma-doo-bobber out, and again, you reveal absolutely nothing. Also, this one does have the instructions with it. You get the MR Collection Use and Care Guide. MR being, I believe, Metropolitan. Yeah, I guess. So you got here all types of pens, how to use them, what to do, etc. I will probably have to read that at some point, because I still have no idea what those things say, because I've never ever used them once. Okay, back to the pens. I'll start with the fine point, just looking at it. We have the nib here, which has an interesting design. It says Fine Pilot Japan on it. Quite nice, I like it. We have the section here, which tapers down, and there's a severe step down from the barrel of the body here, but that does not, if you hold it down close to the very end of the grip here, that is not a bother at all. Even up here, it's pretty nice on the fingers, honestly. It doesn't really cut. I mean, I wouldn't write like that anyway, but there's not too big a problem with it. Section does taper down quite a bit as well, in addition to the large step down. There's a little ring, silver ring, that you can see when the pen is capped. There's also a bigger part of it that you can definitely see is the capping mechanism. There's a bit of a shiny piano black type finish there that just attracts fingerprints from across the room. Fortunately, this actually does come off pretty easily. And then you have a matte barrel that just kind of rounds off to the end. The cap is pretty much the same as the barrel, except it has a clip attached to it, which is very stiff, and it works. I don't particularly like using it, but it's not the worst clip I've used by far. I've had some much stiffer clips that don't really want to clip at all. And it looks very nice. It looks pretty unassuming in a pocket, and it holds into the pocket nicely. This particular pen has a cartridge installed. There's a black cartridge which came with the pen, and as you can see, I've used a bit of it. The pen does unscrew here, and as you can tell, it is a pull-off cap. Nothing particularly spectacular, but solid construction. The body is actually metal, not plastic. I don't know if you can hear that, but it is definitely metal, and it feels very heavy for the price, which I will get to. Here's the medium. Not much different. The nib just has M on it. You might notice that mine is a bluish tint. That is because the ink I used is a Noodler's ink, and Noodler's ink likes to stain nibs until you wash them. Sometimes it likes to stain nibs even after you wash them. Here is the converter that comes with the pen. It's recommended only for cleaning, so it's supposed to be you take the cartridge or whatever out, or other converter, and then you put this in and you can flush water through it really easy. It does make this pen really easy to clean, but it can also hold ink in it as well, and honestly there's no particular problems. I don't think Pilot recommends doing that, but there's no real problem with doing it either. These pens are also particularly cheap. At the moment I'm recording this, they are $15. I believe they're a $20 list price, but they're really cheap, and they come in all sorts of colors. I get black because I'm boring, but you can also get black with dots and zigzags and stripes and stuff. You can get gold, you can get white, you can get silver, you can get purple. And then there's animal prints and a few other type things. I think there's like leopard and lizard are the ones I remember. Reptile, snake. Anyway, I like them. They're pretty interesting, but you want to see them write, which I will do in just a second. So yeah, see you there. Alright then, writing with the Pilot Metropolitan. That is the Pilot Metropolitan. And no N, and apparently Metropolitan is not capitalized. This is the fine. The ink is the Pilot Black that comes in a cartridge. I don't know what this is officially, but let's see. Even when I try, the Z still looks like a Y. Anyway, you can see as the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. It's pretty nice. And if you go fast and don't even pretend to be legible, it does keep up with ink flow fairly well. It's pretty nice. It is a very fine line though, and from what I can tell, there is virtually no variation in it whatsoever. But I do like the fine, especially in a black. It tends to not bleed through. This is Clairefontaine paper, so it takes a lot to bleed through. This certainly wouldn't, but even on most normal papers, that pen will not bleed through. I was just prepping this nib because it is filled with a Noodler's ink and it does not like to write. This is a, see what I'm talking about? It doesn't like to start, it likes to write, but again with the non-capitalized, Metropolitan, whatever, I spelled Metropolitan wrong, that's fine, doesn't like to do that motion. Anyway, this is a medium with Noodler's 54th Massachusetts, which is a permanent blue ink. I like having a pen with that in there because it doesn't wash away, and it's just nice to write a note that you know won't run in the rain or anything like that. I use it to address envelopes specifically, so it isn't as nice a running ink. So this is definitely a factor of the ink. See if I go slow. That right there is not a Z. Not at all. Anyway, But fast writing, this particular pen doesn't keep up because I have it filled with the Noodler's 54th Massachusetts, and it probably would keep up if I squeezed a little bit of ink into the feed, but every time I do that, I'm constantly afraid I'm going to get humongous ink blobs everywhere, as I sometimes do, and I failed to accurately prepare before filming the Fox. So, as you can see, a little bit of pressure and it works better, but this is a medium pen. I will just grab a pen from over here. Here's a Schaefer pen with a fine nib. As you can see, they're comparable, but they're definitely not the same size. For a fine, but the fine Metropolitan is definitely finer. So they're Japanese nibs, so the fine is closer to an extra fine, which I also have right here in a green, which will make it stand out from everything else in the world. Or not. It could look exactly the same. I could also not be able to write on this paper. Clairefontaine paper does not like to take ink, which is why it's good for fountain pens. Because the ink dries on top of it and doesn't go into it. Anyway, that's beside the point. They're really good pens. I like them. They're about $15, which means they're cheaper than almost every other pen out there. And they come in a wide range of colors for different personalities. Come in now 2 nib sizes, which are pretty good. I think the fine is fantastic. I love it. It'll probably be the one that I use instead of my medium, which was currently one of the pens that I always had inked up. So, anyway, that is the Pilot Metropolitan, and it's a good pen. Bye.